My favorite traders, what the hell is up? So we're just do a quick update video today. We're not going to go into anything too in depth. We'll do our weekend recap on probably Sunday night when we get the weekly closes for Bitcoin. But we're going to start with Bitcoin quick. There's not much here to cover, so if you guys want to skip ahead, I'll put the bookmarks in the description so you guys can just find out what you want to look at. So yeah, Bitcoin's fine. It's just got a 3-day composite here, so we can see on Sunday I started building it, and into Wednesday, here we are. So we're still looking for a reclaim of this previous year value area low, as we talked about in the last video. And then obviously up here as well, we have our single prints here. Oh, that's not really a good, isn't that something nicer to draw on? So our single prints here. So you guys can see the single prints here at about 90,100 and about 89,700. So what I'm looking for on the trade for Bitcoin right now, I'll be honest, I was short all the way up here on this fake breakout. I shorted this right into the bottom here. So that was good. That was like 40%, which was pretty good. But what we're looking for now is we want to see tomorrow before Thanksgiving, because mind you, Thursday the market's not open. But what we want to see tomorrow is we want to see this hold and hold above here and then come up and fill if we're going to get any sort of bullishness. We don't want to do something like this and look above and then ultimately break back into the range. That's not really good. But as long as you kind of don't break below, you know, this area here, like you don't want to do this and then go bang and then down, then I would say it's still fairly bullish for now. I will note that, remember, we talked about that 93K being resistance. That's our yearly open, right? So our yearly open at 93K. Let's actually just adjust this here. How about we bring this to the right? You just extend that right. Boom. That's cool. So we can just do this. Yeah, so just remember that yearly open is at 93K. You do need to reclaim that. But I think for this week, the trade you should be looking for is just something like this and then a break below. Just kind of a sweep like it did back here. If we don't close Sunday above this, remember, because Sunday is a weekly close, then I would say it's still bearish. Remember, I said the first 10 days of the month is usually when Bitcoin bottoms, so I honestly do just expect to sweep up here like this and then to break down below and kind of move lower. I still, think those single prints below in the 70 region we talked about last time do have to be filled. But for now, this is just your range, so you can long off this. As you can see, it's been holding, right? Like there's been no structural break. So it false broke below here, but it reclaimed and ultimately moved up. There's been no structural break so far, so this is fine. This is just ranging. That's normal. That's actually fairly healthy for the bulls. But again, you need to reclaim this. If you don't reclaim this, it's not looking good. You want to probably reclaim this by the end of the month, preferably at least get over the previous value low by the end of Sunday and hold that. Yeah, that's really it for Bitcoin. I'm going to do a more in-depth video of Bitcoin. I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll do it later this week. Maybe Sunday. We'll see. But I definitely just want to do a whole weekly recap on Sunday. But we're going to move over here to the QQQ. This is what I day traded today. So on our daily TPO chart here, let's take a look here. So previous day's value area low was down here at 600. Today wicked down as low as in this 597 range, but ultimately failed to hold below and came back into range and moved higher. You can see it too. It even back tested off the previous day value area high right here at 606 and moved higher and closed 608. So these single prints here, we want to see a fillage of that today, or I guess tomorrow, pardon me. So what I'm expecting, honestly, is if we go back here to the previous week. So this is last Tuesday. There is a naked high here. So a naked high, or I guess a poor high, whatever you want to call it. There's a poor high at 617 here. I don't want to see just look above and fail. I want to see like a hold of this previous day's point of control. So that'd be today's point of control, 607 here. Tomorrow I want to see a nice hold of that and a move above and move higher. Don't want to see just a false breakout and then ultimately come back down. And we'll get into that in a second here of why this is so important. But today, that was the QQQ trade, and I'll show you kind of why and how I took this trade. Here's the QQQ. What do we see? Negative GEX here, positive GEX here. So where do you guys see the dealer inventory at? Boom, right in this general range, that 596, 597 range. And sure enough, that's where we kind of bounced from today. So this here basically means it's put selling. as well as dealer hedging. This is actually someone who was selling calls, but looks like they probably got assigned on those. But ultimately, you see here, lots of dealer inventory here holding up the longs, and push higher, push higher, push higher. Back into our negative GEX range here, and looks like, yeah, we got up to this target here at 609. You can see it was pretty much all green on the day for what we had. In the morning, it was red. The morning did really open red, but, I mean, that's whatever. That's overnight. It kind of just filled some of the overnight single print and then just moved up. This trade here I actually called out in the Vol Signals Discord. 7 o'clock here, I put in the Vol Signals Discord. We don't go to 6:03. I cut my balls off. That was the node at 7 a.m. pretty much. 27. That's 27 million actually. And then if we actually look, if we go a little bit later into the 30-minute ahead time frame, it almost doubled. So I knew that 6:03 node was probably going to hit. Go here. We'll just go down to a normal chart here for the QQQ. This is 6:30 when we got the wicks lower. 7 o'clock, which was right here. I put it in the chat. I said, we're going to go higher. Look at that. Look at that. Like, so 7:30 would be 10:30 East Coast. But look, we hit the 6:03 node when I said we would. At 7:30, I said we were going to hit it when that slam came in. And sure enough, we got up here. So, yeah, that was honestly, it was a bullish day. Like, it started weak, but Meta and Google, you know, held us up pretty nice. As for the SPX, we're coming into a really pivotal level. So you guys remember the box we talked about with the bearish engulfer. So mind you, we don't have Thursday. So Wednesday, which is tomorrow, we're going to open here. We want to see, the bulls want to see this, is up, back test, and up. And this line here, well, I'll actually put a trend line here. But, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. We want to see this kind of 640 level hold. The 6840 level hold, pardon me. There is a lot of resistance here. This is our anchored view out from the all-time high. There's a lot of resistance here. You know, not just from a day trading perspective, but this is also on the the option inventory level. You want to see this hold. You want to see the week close above this. If the week can close above this, I'm bullish. But if it just looks up and fails and it does something like this, where it dips down again and it gets acceptance back into the range, it's not looking good. So you really want to see this hold. Like, you want to see a good hold, back test, and move up. And you want to try and get above this going into December. Right? We have to get above that. If we don't, it's not good. And remember, I talked in the other video, there is that pin that's up here at 7,000. But I need you guys to just be honest with yourselves here. You know, you need to see what's happening going into December. This JP Morgan caller, you know, is it going to be this that gets hedged or this? And remember, the closest it gets that expiry, which is in December, I think it's December 19th, I said, they're going to hedge whatever one. So is it going to be this or is it going to be this? So you understand where this gets complex here. There's going to be a lot of resistance up here. Okay, it's going to be a battle. Breadth is already pretty extended, I'll be honest. So it's going to be a bit of a tough trade. Just mark these down. So if you want to, you can just go SPY to SPX, and you can just kind of look at what level this is. So 6840 would be 682.57 to the SPY. So if you want, just mark those levels down. That's all you really need to know. Yeah, the VIX got crushed pretty good today. It's back under one of the ranges here. I don't want to see this. If you don't want to see heightened, you know, short volume, you don't want to see it get a bid and move forward, right? It wants to stay under here. That's the bullish scenario. You don't want to see it do something like this, bounce up and move up. That's all really for today. So just going, oh, pardon me. So just going into the end of the week, just be mindful of what you're kind of looking for. Remember, all you need to know is we don't want acceptance under here, right? We don't want acceptance on that. We want to hold above. So you have Wednesday, Thursday off, and Friday. It's going to be really volatile. And mind you, since it's low volume period, IV crush is going to be huge. Volatility is going to be huge. Things are going to move quickly. It might even just move sideways. But just know that since it is a low volume environment, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So be very, you know, pay attention to those gamma and charm flows. Last thing I'll show you here is from options depth. So this is tomorrow's expiry. So he's basically this IC man guy. If you guys can do your own research on what this is. But this is an iron corridor. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Basically for tomorrow, he's expecting the 679, 680 to happen, but also this to happen. So there's a chance, like I said, where you could just kind of get a look above and fail and a breakdown. There's a chance that only one of these plays out. But an iron corridor kind of means you're playing both ways. So just be mindful that if you do just get this kind of look above and you get into those strike zones of that 680 level, which is right here, and then you fall back down, don't be surprised. But you just got to be careful. You got to be careful of what's going on. But anyways, I hope that gives you kind of some insight to what we are looking for. Yeah, it's going to be weird. Tomorrow's going to be a tough one, but I think you guys should all lock in, have a good time. Remember, don't oversize, don't over leverage, and get drunk and nasty on them. All right, guys, hope this video helped. Hope this gave you a nice little summary. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.